are you all able to gauge what the fans are so fascinated by in those characters? I mean, they follow them with such, you know, avid anticipation.
Their support is extraordinary for the whole thing. I think it all stems from the story Anna's created, because they've all kind of been there with that same passion since, and obviously now we've been lucky enough to bring it to screen. It's just kind of grown, and it still is growing. So yeah, it's crazy. They are amazing.
Can we talk about your character then just a little bit, without, you know, spoiling it for the audience? But obviously they're very familiar with the initial two played by Hira and Josephine. You know, you come and spoil it for the couple.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, I definitely don't think that Trevor thinks he's spoiling it. I think that he probably thinks he's helping. He's a very professionally minded, kind of upwardly mobile man who's looking to better himself and better his friends' lives and do a lot of good in that way. And so he sees Tessa and kind of becomes fascinated with her, and I think that they share a lot of qualities. But in that way, I don't think he's trying to, you know, mess anything up. I think he only thinks he's trying to improve a situation or helping in a way, and that's kind of who he is. He's in many ways the antithesis of Harden.
Have you guys read a lot of young adult novels when you were younger, and which ones in particular? What makes them so popular?
I'm ashamed to say I haven't read as much as I wish I did when I was, or at least in that space, you know, with a young adult. But yeah, I'm gonna go with John Green and with him.
Yeah, I think if Jo's ashamed with her reading CV, I'm pretty ashamed of mine. I'm not the most avid reader. I think reading a lot of scripts makes you less, you know, but that's actually no excuse for why I didn't read enough growing up. So I need another excuse. Yeah, I should read a lot more. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if I read any young adult novels, maybe outside of the Hunger Games, which I guess you could consider kind of a young adult, which I quite liked actually. But I read a lot of fantasy novels and horror novels and comics and played a lot of video games. So I'm not necessarily the right one to ask, but my girlfriend is quite the opposite from me, and she watches obsessively all of these types of films and reads all of this type of stuff. And so she's definitely kept me up to speed.
I just remembered, I think I've read the last book of the Hunger Games and the last book of Harry Potter, and only because I saw the films and I wanted to know what happened next.
You only read the last ones?
I know, but it was, I mean, because they're great.
That's
books,
masochistic.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You could keep them up as independent books and it worked.
I see. Makes sense.